What
was
happened?
my co-student by BKB.
Ah, I see, I see.
So we were winning games super hard.
Let's see. But you have been winning quite a lot of MMR recently, right?
Yeah.
How much did you gain?
Um, since last 3 weeks, I was Archon 3 weeks back. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
Legend 2 now.
Nice.
Yeah. So roughly like um 700 MMR.
That's super strong.
Yeah.
Crazy.
No, 600. Sorry, 600. Yeah.
All right, let me stream this or like get it on Discord. Bloop. There we go. Cool. Good, let's jump into this.
Is it spring already?
All right. Sky Hard Sport, right?
Yeah. Our laying stage was like really good against Undying and
1 minute
Huskar.
until 30 seconds after battle.
I gotta say this hero is a little bit weird to me. Because just from the
Yeah.
abilities, like you have a nice silence. But we will see how it works. Do you play it on position 4 as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Oh,
think it's really good at position 4.
yeah.
I have to tweak the sound a little bit. Give me a second. Sound, sound, sound. Ah, there we go. Okay, that's better. Alright.
He's not too different on position 5. Like, I do the same thing, almost the same thing, except
Yeah,
for roaming too much.
yeah, exactly. And I think that's what's worrying me a little bit. Because the roles are different, and usually you have different jobs in the role.
Yeah.
And for example, I feel it like as a core, I think as a player, I feel it the most because I want to be active with my team. But if you don't have heroes that bring stuns with you, then it's really rough. And many times I can understand that position 4 players don't want to pick heroes with like clear stun, like they don't want to pick, I don't know, don't want to pick Ogre or Shaman or Lion or something like this. They want to get Tukio or other heroes that like have abilities to play with, for example, Tree in this case as well. But then you realize, okay, we actually don't have a single stun in this game except for Chaos Knight. And this might just be difficult. I mean, you can always play around it, and with the greater skill, you can always like outbalance this, but there's always a threat to it.
I see.
Alright, I like the trade, I like the crashing. This game might just be that. Perfect.
Yeah.
Ah, yeah, and as soon as you have a 1v1 scenario, you can completely zone this guy. Like Chaos Knight, I would go back to the wave as well. He's missing a couple CS here. But you can really block him from going there. I would just front completely in his face and click him like 10 times because he's alone.
Okay.
But nice. Actually, I think actually that was right. I didn't realize that this was blocked. Maybe you saw that a minute early. I was busy talking. And then I think this is indeed important. Yeah, more important than to get the auto attacks in. Nice kill, nice kill.
Dire's middle tower is being attacked.
Yourself denied.
Okay. He's just dead again. Cool. Oh, close. Ah? Ah, nice, nice, nice. Yeah, if it works, it works. Can stack this one. I would probably stack it first, because I feel like you're in such a huge advantage. Um, good question actually. What do you think? Because this guy's low HP, that was maybe we can pull then, but my thought is always if you stack it first, then you can completely delete a whole wave, and you have the advantage of those guys not getting a whole wave for XP. And if you have just one camp, then you're gonna get him one wave under tower, so he can maybe regenerate. This could be one line of thinking. But then on the other hand, the wave is not gonna be completely destroyed. It's gonna stack up with your next wave, and then you probably end up even further out on the lane. How do you feel about this?
I guess I could have stacked and pulled because I think right now I just came under pressure that I haven't pulled the lane even a single time. So I think I just went for the casual pull, but
Yeah.
I think I could have stacked.
I'm not completely sure as well. My line of thinking would be if you pull right now, then maybe he has an easier time on Chaos Knight to regenerate a little bit because it's under his tower. But on the other hand, you're so far ahead that even if you play outside outside here, instead of just taking creeps under tower, then you can still get kills constantly, and later on you can have a bigger reward from taking both camps. We can see how this plays out and then make a judgment. So
Okay.
he's getting this creep for free, this is nice. And then we can see how much it impacts that the waves are stacked and how far the lane gets out. Let's check this out. He's taking down the tower, nice.
Is mine.
Ah, okay. He's getting down the tower as well.
I die on the field of glory.
Yeah, hard to tell.
Yeah.
I think he should have bought some region anyways. And then
Yeah.
he might have lived there. I think it was fine. That's alright.
Radiant's bottom tower is being attacked.
Hmm?
Deny.
I guess Dire's courier will never answer for its awful crimes, now that it's dead.
I was getting super low.
Yeah. I
Should
feel
have bought
like
some region.
maybe you could have played a little bit more active again, because it looks like to me that this what's his name even? Undying, that he's still super weak. And you can still punish him just as you did before. So I would probably just use the mana, and then if you're that low, you can even like consider denying yourself in creeps or like going back base or just refilling in general. Now what's the other play? Because we can't really pull right now, because the camp is not up, and so in my mind we have to harass as much as we can because this is not safe enough for him to just take solo XP.
Dire's courier is dead, but its crimes and transgressions linger on in memories.
Rough. Ah, yeah.
Yeah, I think
Before you
I'll
go back base, yeah, use all the mana you have so you can help your lane as much as possible, and then you can play. Because I think, yeah,
Oh,
fully
okay.
mana
Radiant's
there.
bottom tower under fire. Radiant sure are loving those invulnerable towers. Radiant's bottom
this is tough.
tower is being attacked.
Because now there's like huge creep wave here, and you probably lose a couple of creeps for your core, and the tower is under great pressure. Nice, that's nice. Okay.
Dire's middle tower taking damage. Dire's middle tower is being attacked. Dire have duct-taped cardboard all over their structures.
Denied.
Yeah, I would probably focus Tesla as well.
Gold and sweet.
Also, I didn't know that they had a vision ward over here. So, like, how do I predict?
I think the only way to really get it is if you catch them attacking you where they shouldn't have vision. Like if you see you're hiding behind trees and then you suddenly get attacked, this is the only way. Or another trick you can do is you can try to draw aggro, but this requires the creeps to be like here on this side, and then you can stand behind the trees and draw aggro. And if the creeps do draw aggro, then you know they have vision there as well. But I mean, I'm like, if I play supporter, I'm not gonna be standing around drawing random aggro everywhere I go. So unless I think you happened to see it by accident or to manage to like check the items and see, okay, they have this observer coming. Otherwise, it's difficult to detect, I think.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. Okay. I think now we're at a phase where this guy basically has to jungle because he can't lane anymore, and I don't think you have enough aggression to actually kill this Huskar. So I would love you to rotate somewhere else and try to make something happen on the map. Maybe you can argue that you just want to get level 60 off this wave, but we wanna move away from that lane as much as possible.
Yeah, I was trying to stay in safe range. Now I will run away.
Yeah, because this CK doesn't need to be here anymore. And then the question is, what is more efficient? You getting level 6 here or being somewhere else on the map? Then we can check mid lane. Okay, maybe there's an opportunity, or maybe top is an opportunity. Or his items. Like, those are the thoughts I would be having. I would keep checking on teammates and see what they want to do. Okay, they just kill top, then maybe it's fine to be here a little bit longer. And then just have to have an eye on mid lane. What happened here? Ah, you TV'd out, yeah. Fair enough. I think you could have TB top, for example, instead of base, and because this tower, I think, goes down anyways, and you could just trade the top tower for it. Like, if one shows up there, you can threaten a kill.
I see.
And I feel that this Primal Beast is also a hero that wants to charge in. Like, if you manage to get a D board, maybe this is a great position. If you get a D board in, then you can maybe spot the Ursa and fight with this guy. And returning to this bottom lane doesn't really do anything anymore. I think the only thing that can happen here is that somebody like soaks the XP and defends the tower. And Tree is actually a really good hero to do this. But then if you stack heroes, you're wasting the net worth that is available on the map, and there's no pressure on the enemy buildings.
Dire's top tower is under siege.
Yeah, I didn't realize that Tree can defend this tower solo.
Yeah.
You don't need to be here.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you know my position. I'm always a big skeptic around fighting for like objectives, or like fighting around objectives that don't really impact your game. I think if you would have played top a little bit earlier, maybe together with Beast, and just communicate that you want to take this tower. Instead, what can happen is I don't even calculate with the fact that Treen is going to protect this tower forever. He's just slowing down the inevitable. And you could be top, for example, in this case, and be together with Primal Beast and just take the tower. And then we can see if Sniper wants to make a play, we should make it top as well, and then rotate in this area, save it so Ursa doesn't have the ability to farm it, and then at some point we can rotate mid lane. I think this bottom tower is gonna fall, yeah, eventually anyways. So I wouldn't overcommit to this.
Okay.
And I don't think your teammates are aware of this as well. So if possible, try to communicate this idea to your team that you don't want to overcommit and get 4 cores basically, or like 3 cores down to this tower. And just say, hey, okay, let's use the space. Let's narrow the space on Ursa, and then try to get some relevant objectives.
Yeah. I think I went mid instead because this tower was low already, and the Sniper would hit it.
You mean if that would change anything, if the tower is low?
No, I decided to go mid instead of top.
Yeah, That's
Yeah.
fine with me. Yeah, we just want to get one of those objectives. And at this point, we see CK, he's pushing it out anyways, so this job is done. And then, yeah, wherever Sniper wants to play, wherever your cores want to play, you can go there. And I expect this to be very positive for you. Like, even if you fight here and they use a ton of spells and they force you back, you still manage to get some tower pressure on. You still manage to do some damage to the tower. And in worst case, you just walk back. Yeah, nice. You take mid lane, and then instantly the call should be top, and like, perfect. All of you do it. Sniper is farming ancients, fair enough. This is perfect. This is really good. I love that you play up there, because look at the Ursa perspective. I would be so annoyed.
Yeah, if you done something.
Like, he's playing here, and he's like, ah, shit, my mid tower is falling. I can't do anything. I don't have Battle Fury yet. I just want to sit here and farm. And then suddenly the tower is gone, and he's like, I can't really take ancients yet. And then those people come inside, and he's like, what the fuck? Leave me alone. And then he can't farm top, the tower is taken. He has to go bottom. But it's weird because Huska is bottom, and then he can't really farm ancients. Look at this. How sad is this? And that's exactly what you want to do. And you want to force this as early as possible.
Yeah.
Nice setup. Yeah, fair enough. And then the only thought is that as soon as you take those relevant objectives, you don't want to overstep. Like, you don't want to try to push this tower, you don't want to try to push tier 2 tower. Before minute 15, it's really difficult to get those tier 2 towers unless you have a complete stomp. But what you can do is try to ward this area and just play it safely and try to like get as many camps as you can for your course. But I think this is alright. This could be definitely worse. Like, this is a lot of space for Sniper, this is a lot of space for CK. He decides to fight. No need.
I don't know why he
Yeah, he's
shows
gonna
up
be-
so
he's gonna
late
die.
and he's gonna die.
Yeah. That's not on you. I think that's fine.
I mean, this is what I get for queuing at like 3:30 a.m. I wasn't able to sleep, so
The
I
people still
decided
sleeping,
to
yeah.
queue like one game, and it's just bad.
Okay, you moved bottom. Do you have an item timing to finish? Maybe. But yeah, you want to be top again?
Okay.
Perfect. Perfect. So, my line of thinking is the same, that even if they fight up here, we still want to control this top area, and there's a great ward here as well. So if they pushed out too far, then we have division advantage, we can play there, there's no way for the team to TP, and we actually, I think we feel super strong here. We don't even need a core to kill something like Dazzle Undying. So if they overextend, we can be up there again.
Okay.
And then, for example, if you don't push out this wave, what's gonna happen is that this Chaos Knight, he might naturally be down here. And maybe this wouldn't even be that bad, because he could be pushing out bottom, just take those two camps in mid lane again, and Sniper would be like naturally forced to rotate top of you. And I feel like Sniper should be more in the fights than CK. But it's fine. Nice. I like how it take control. Perfect. Okay. I probably would prefer to stay again with top, with Primal Beast and with Sniper together. Usually it's the mid laner and the off laner that dictate your movement as support.
Okay. Yeah, I was just hoping that this Huskar would show up on the wave and we can kill him with the CK.
Yeah, it's worth a try.
Yeah.
In my mind, it's just like, it's again a set of priorities. You could decide to hold this with like 3 people and then control this whole area, or get a random kill bottom. And I'm always a big fan of controlling areas.
Yeah.
But fair enough. Yeah, easy. And then
I
same
went
shit.
for a different item build. Like, I usually don't go for this, but I just saw that they had this Pugna and like Dazzle, so, and Undying dies to my magic damage, so I just went for a wave.
Yeah, understandable. Yeah, again, I would prefer rotation top. We could even set a smoke and then just try. Yeah, nice. Who's orange? You're orange. Perfect. Well done. You mark it on the minimap. I love it. Yeah, so the intention is there. That's amazing. And one way to really cut into this would just to be to smoke, because if you smoke, you can establish some vision again, and one ward might be enough. Like even if you hide it really deep here, where usually people don't deward, or like at random spots, you don't need a lot of vision. You just need to know that somebody, like one guy, just walked through there, and if it's an Ursa, you know, okay, he's probably solo, or you know that nobody walked through there, and then you can comfortably walk up and be there yourself.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gold and sweet.
Dire's middle tower taking damage.
This might work. I'm just worried that people, like if the map looks like this, I feel a scenario could happen where people smoke and they fight you in the triangle, and then they fight you on their triangle, and you don't have your core. And in this scenario, you're like 70 to 80% likely to lose the fight. So it feels more natural for me, yeah, to be in this area and exactly to take Roche. But it's so cool to see that you have the same thoughts actually, and then
Yeah, I told him to like go across, like beeline or something. That's what it's called.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
But nice, okay. Then it's really up to the course. Ah, Pugna is tilting already. Perfect.
Okay, watch this fight. Okay, watch this one. Need to watch the throw.
Yeah. Again, the incline is to move bottom for everybody for some reason. But in my mind, the only objective that is there to take is this tower.
Yeah.
So let's see what happens.
Okay, so the CK knows that there's a dome on the, so he jumps.
No! What is this? Okay. Holy shit. Because in my mind, I was like, the only way you lose this is this guy, if he has like tombstone on high ground and then you decide to fight, and then he places it and like, yes, we can just wait it out and then go. And he's like, nope.
Yeah.
I can hear your spirit.
Oh, what a pro. Okay.
Dire's bottom tower under fire.
Legendary.
That wasn't even that hard of a throw, but just watch.
Yeah, you're still in AK goal lead.
Dire's top tower is under siege.
Oof. Okay, tough again. Looking for the objective. I like it. He just used tombstone.
Think of it as a new beginning.
Reaches out.
Okay.
Radiant's middle tower is taking
Nice,
damage.
you just want to sit behind Primal, yeah, and take the tower.
Dire's top tower is under siege. Dire's structures are
This
fortified.
tower needs to fall, yeah.
Radiant's
Yeah.
middle
But
tower
you
is
see,
I don't know
it
why
as
they're
well.
running away.
And he's just moving somewhere.
Radiant's middle tower.
Both
He
of
even
them
has
just
TP.
ran
He
away.
could have just taken this tower and then TP out.
And then I died.
Yeah, I feel you. But I feel like
got
I
a
might have
blink
died
dive.
there as well, because I have the pressure of like, hey, it's like, what is it, 308 HP? We can just hit the
Yeah.
tower. And Primal Beast is like,
Yeah.
nope, not happening. Okay, what's the next play? Probably save this guy. And he's dead. Interesting. Nice, this might be worth it.
Radiant's
Oh, yeah.
bottom tower under fire.
Cool, let's see if top tower falls. And then the way to throw this game again would be to try high ground instantly and then get killed by because everybody respawns.
Tower is being attacked.
So we don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Tower falls.
Or to not buy a BKB against a Dazzle and a Pugna.
Ah, yeah. interesting. Very interesting.
I didn't feel like Sniper needs one, but the CK does. He's like,
Yeah, yeah,
he has to.
yeah. I would
Radiant's middle tower has
probably
fallen.
still try to play in the
Bottom
top area. It feels so dangerous to be in this bottom place. It feels weird to me. Like again, if you just cut them off, I mean it's an Ursa. Like if you just cut them off this whole area, then you basically own 70-80% of the map.
Dire's
And you're just
bottom
gonna
tower
outfarm them because
under
Ursa
fire.
can't play against
Dire's
your
bottom
illusions.
tower is
You have a
in
sniper to back you
pieces.
up. But this might be... No, it's tricky.
Yeah, now Ursa is online.
Radiant's top tower is under siege.
Yeah, I feel it's a little bit of miscommunication in the game happening here. This guy's just TPing out, and then the carry's solo dying there again. And now probably sniper dies. Would be worst case. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Okay. So now we're heading towards the time of next Orsh, exactly. Just wanna chill and see when it's up.
It's up in 1 minute.
Haste.
I was just,
Middle tower taking
I was
bottom
just
tower in
ping the Roche and told him to wait.
Yeah.
Not to high
bottom
ground.
tower is
Yeah. But it's still going.
Radiant's bottom tower
20 seconds? Okay, I could have stayed.
Yeah. I think the perfect play would just to give Sniper Aegis, and then he can stay exactly like this, and if they try to stop him, they all have to jump in, you just sit behind them, they all die.
Yeah.
Dire's
Let's see if that
middle tower
happens.
is now but a memory.
I don't know why he splits.
At last.
But nice, you're taking Roche. That's perfect.
Okay, we
He's not
did.
taking the Aegis.
What?
What? Alright, Tree,
I didn't
you
see
go,
that.
take the DD, go push. What the fuck was that? Okay. Where is my sniper boy? He's coming to the outpost when everybody's dead. Oh no! Oh no! Okay, that's just tragic. I don't know. Yeah, he's... I would just go back, yeah. Everybody's dead. Oof! That hurts.
This makes me feel like Heralds play better than these legends.
Yeah. Ah, that was just unfortunate.
No more middle tower for Radiant.
Yeah, in this game, huh? Ah, not even.
I was like so mad.
Yeah, basically, at this point of the game, you have to wait until Roche respawns again. Like, boost net worth as much
Yeah.
as you can, and then just wait for 8 to 11 minutes. No other chance, yeah. And then we try to get some real defensive wards, because we don't want to push anyways, we just want to sit there in the jungle and not get picked off by anybody. Where is that? Tough.
I actually pinged him like 3 or 4 times to tell him that they're coming for him, and he didn't listen.
Radiant's top tower is under siege. Radiant's top tower is under siege.
Yeah, understandable.
Dire's bottom tower
If you just chill and wait for Roche if your team, if they manage it, like if the cores just manage to take Roche and pick the Aegis, I think you can still win. Sweet. Nice, buyback forced. I would just retreat if I would be Chaos Knight.
At last.
Yeah, but probably somebody's gonna get picked off again. Looks
They're
like
trying to
it's going
hold
to be
as long as possible.
Haste.
I would probably go back even. They might be smoking you right now. because it's unlikely
Yeah.
at that stage of the game that they farm jungles here. I would be really careful, especially in this bottom part. I'm interested to see where they actually are. Yeah, they are all bottom. It makes sense because like they don't want to be in that top jungle anymore. There's nothing for them to get. They want to threaten kills here and get into your area. Let's check out items.
I'll take that.
Roshan and the Dire first their
Yeah.
differences, really seeing the cracks
So,
and
Yeah,
insecurities
tough.
in their own perspectives.
Alright. But I found it really nice that actually the same thoughts that I'm trying to preach, you just incorporated them into your game and you communicated with your team, like you marked it on a map, you pinged growers, you went to the objectives. That was really great. So I feel there are not
yeah.
that many fuck ups on your part,
Radiant's courier is
which is
dead,
always nice.
and
And then the question is, what could we have done to do even more? And I feel at this point it's really just communication, because as a Sky there aren't any more buttons you can press. Like there's not one single item you could have bought that would have completely changed the game. Like maybe you can argue, okay, instead of blink, maybe you get some sort of hex and then you smoke and you instantly get
Yeah.
somebody.
Yeah, I was thinking about like at this point of the game, it's like I had to buy an item that like soul kills their carry or something, like
Mhm.
full to zero, and that was like hex. But what I did was that I bought the shard and also the blink dagger. So I
Yeah.
guess that's just bad.
Yeah, that's just very aggressive items. Um,
Yeah.
And I think this is a little bit the problem with Sky position 5 that I have in mind. Because if you play it as position 4 and you have as a stun setup, for example, you have a Lion or Shaman or Ogre, like any hero with a stun, then this is really amazing because you can build super aggressive and expensive, and still all the jobs that need to be done, they get done, and you actually benefit from it because you can lock down people without even buying like an Rod of Ages or Hex or anything like this.
Yeah, that's why I skipped Eidos this game, but
Mhm.
maybe I should have bought it.
Yeah.
Looking at the team, I should have bought it.
Yeah. I think this is really the only complaint that I have. And maybe that sometimes I think once you took Roche and all of you migrated bottom again, so if you get like those one or two times, it was really not that much, but if you can look at objectives even more, then you're good to go. But I love how you pinged things. That was really great to see. That you pinged the tower and you started there and died here out of protest. And I think I would have done the same. It feels so
Yeah.
tempting to be like, hey, come on, man! It's 2 hits for you. Just do it. Yeah, I love the approach. I
Yeah.
think there's really not too much I can say to this replay other than that. Because if they would have picked up Aegis on Sniper and just slowly push high ground, then this would have probably be a win. They would try to overextend and just die. So, how did you feel about this game? Is this like you're gaining MMR like crazy? So it's expected that some games you can't win all of the games.
Yeah, this game was just an exception, you know.
Yeah.
You came at 3:30 a.m. and this is what you get. Like obviously,
Mm-hmm.
this is expected. So I don't think I could have done anything better in this game. I guess I could have bought the hex maybe like 5 or 10 minutes early,
I
but
think so
didn't buy the
too.
blink.
Yeah. Get the Hex instead of Blink, definitely, and maybe even instead of Yields. And just played really, really cautious and tried to catch one guy, and then he instantly dies.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, and then just in general, I mean, even formulating this, buying like a ton of network, if your only job is to kill one random guy, then it's a weird concept of a hero. I feel like supports should be setting up kills, they should be enabling, they should be like for me personally, I just feel that supports are really strong if they have the ability to disrupt team fights, and if they're really annoying over a long time, where it's really a necessity for you to kill them, and where you want to be the first guy. Like I just
Yeah.
played a Jakiro game recently, and the enemy Aches always tried to blink on me, and even I bought myself a blink just to counter his blink initiation, and it worked really well. That was super fun.
Yeah.
But I really felt like, okay, if they can't kill me, the probability of them winning the team fight is really low. And I'm not sure if Sky is such a hero because you can burst one hero down, but for example, if you go for Ursa and Ursa managed to get Rage off and you use like four of your spells, then they're on cooldown. You have super low mana, and then as soon as they reach you, it's just two hits and you're done. So it's a difficult
Yeah.
concept for support, I think, but your playstyle
Also,
was really nice.
yeah, and also on Sky, I've like tested like different builds,
Hmm.
very different builds. So also gone for this pipe, mech, and lotus build. It
Ah,
works really well. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So like I've tried everything on Sky. I also tried Vessel, Urn of Shadows, and yeah,
Hmm.
Solar Crest.
Hmm. Hmm.
So yeah,
But I mean, as long as you're gaining on average, you're still good to go. Like the usually sentence I hear is never change a running system. So if you see on average that you still have success with it, I don't want to like disencourage you from trying things out. And maybe you find something that works exceptionally well in your meta in your games right now, and then sure, go for it. I would just for the
yeah,
long term look for a couple supports that really fit the basic like stun
yeah,
protection
yeah.
setup just for
True.
future, yeah, to go slowly on them. But cool. I loved how you had an like a clear idea of the game, how it should go, and I think you just keep raising more of this because if you manage to communicate to this to your team, and on the off chance they listen and try to do the same thing with you, then you're just gonna raise MMR until like ancient or some shit. That's just crazy.
Yeah, definitely.
Hmm. Yeah, interested to keep watching you, to see your story, to see how you adapt, how your games go, and when you like reach limits. And I have to say, like my support, I played a little bit support like in the recent days, especially, but I'm basically a core player, so I'm really looking this from a perspective of big map movements and maybe some board spots. But there are many support fine tuning things I don't really understand so much. So it might even be worth to get to a point where you find people who actually play support, and yeah, they can.
Yeah,
I think
maybe you already know the concepts like subconsciously,
maybe yeah,
and
hopefully.
you just do them, and you can share them in by watching the replays.
Yeah,
That could
yeah.
be one reason.
I had a teacher recently, and he said the main goal as a teacher is to become what is the word? Like to become unnecessary. Like you wanna teach so much that you become completely unnecessary, and that like that basically whatever you think the other guy has in mind already, and he knows it already. And yeah, I think this is a good goal. And
Right.
this really looked like it. Like most of the thought process I had in those games, you internalize them already, and like you managed to get
Yeah.
them done in
Yeah.
game already. So this is really, I'm really happy to see that. It's great. All right, maybe so far for today.
Yeah. Thank you so much for the session.
Sure, you're welcome. I'm looking forward to hear
Yeah.
more of you, and let me know how it goes.
Also, I was gonna ask,
Hmm.
do you edit your videos, or do you have an editor?
I did recently, yeah. I started to editing them a little bit. I can't pay people yet. It's
Yeah. Yeah.
not money efficient so far.
No, I was just curious to know
Hmm.
that whether you
Hmm.
have an editor or you just do it yourself.
I bought like a program that can edit a little bit, and I upgraded my PC as well, so I have the computing power to do it. And yeah, it's fun.
That's nice.
I enjoy it.
Yeah. Yeah. Your channel's growing.
Yeah, let's see where this goes. One thing I
Yeah.
realized though is that my joy of playing Dota decreased a little bit. Um, I always compare it, there's an experiment if you have children in kindergarten and you pick a group of children that loves to paint pictures. If you give them like little gold stars as a reward after they painted a picture, after a couple weeks, all of them will stop painting because their brain system is wired to get the reward instead of
Yeah.
seeing drawing itself as a reward. And what happened to me is I looked at the videos and then I look at the clicks and at the comments instead of enjoying Dota. And this is something that bothers me a little bit right now. And I need to see how I get out of this mousetrap and and really focus on the games. You can see I lost a couple of games as well. I just don't really feel focused because I always have like the webcam on and I'm feeling like, okay, I want to create content and talk and do shit like this. But it doesn't really benefit my games. So this is going to be an interesting experience.
And that's just your goals, your accomplishments. So there is nothing wrong with that.
Mm,
Maybe because I think you started college too, like your college resume, right?
yeah,
Yeah, it could be because uh, you might not be giving 100% in your games.
it's
Like
true. Yeah,
that's how I feel.
yeah,
Like when my exams are near or something,
yeah.
like I have assignments due, like
Mm,
2 days from now, I would not give my 100% focus.
yeah,
And
makes
so
sense. Makes sense.
it's at the back of your mind, but
Yeah,
you don't realize it.
yeah, yeah. And you just don't have the energy. Like I
Yeah,
think the most MMR I ever climbed was after I finished with school and before I studied, and then I really had time to like play 6 hours a day, and I basically tried to structure my day around Dota. So you wake up and you go to the gym, you eat something healthy to play Dota, and then of course
yeah,
you have like a way different energy than if you just casually try to get some games in on the evening.
yeah, I can definitely relate to that.
Yeah. All right. That was fun.
Yeah,
Cool. Have a great evening. See you soon again.
you too. Yep,
Thanks.
see you.